From the land of conjurers, flying through the internet to your device like a UAP, hauntingly unexplained and downright weird, this is the witching hours, and we are ready to take off in the flash of an eye. Good evening to one and all, wherever and whenever you are listening to this program. I am Johnny the Frost, and joining me, as always, is the medium Jenny Lee. Jenny, you ready to get weird?
Uh, no, not today.
Not today.
Yes, of course,
Not
always.
today. Yep.
Not today.
Welcome, our favorite jam. Welcome in, everyone. Glad to see you all here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we hope to have a wonderful show for you this evening, October the 10th, 2024.
It's 10/10, y'all.
Yeah,
10/10. Keisha is over there gifting subs left and right, and Hoaxer
Keisha?
says resub for 20 months. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Thank you
It's
so much
going
for
crazy over there in Twitch land.
Yeah.
Not today.
All right.
I was just thinking.
Go ahead.
Did the time, do you always put Eastern Standard Time?
Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm pretty like I probably
It's
I put it on everything. Yeah. I always put it on everything.
Okay.
Proceed. So tonight our guest hopefully is going to be Raphael Schizo Lugo, who is an ET contactee, has worked on a documentary,
which we were just
hybrids.
We just saw that is on Amazon Prime, and we've decided that we would like to have a watch party for it over in Discord. Hopefully we can do that sometime within the next couple of weeks. So if you want to join us, we'll be announcing it over there. Yes, Keisha. Hopefully, question mark, as he hasn't joined us yet.
So,
but that doesn't mean that he won't join us.
Yeah,
we're just
we got to get through some things first anyway. Namely, I guess we need to go ahead and get through and do the news.
Hoaxsters is guaranteeing it. Thanks, Hoaxsters.
All right, here we go. All right. So I guess the biggest thing in the news over those last 24 hours was Hurricane Milton, which is moving away from Florida and has moved into the Atlantic Ocean, becomes post-tropical. Florida's east coast and is now tropical in the open Atlantic waters. Hurricane Milton made landfall near Siesta Key, Florida on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. as a Category 3 storm, from which I understand is actually a good thing. There were possibility that could hit its Category 5, and it did not. So it hit with maximum winds of 120 miles an hour. Milton's wind field greatly expanded before the storm's landfall Wednesday evening, but it did spawn dozens of tornadoes, caught many Floridians by surprise as they braced for heavy rain, strong winds, storm surges, violent twisters. Yeah, violent twisters were seen crossing highways, ripping off roofs, and downing trees and power lines. Or around here, some people call them roofs.
Roofs. Tornadoes are so scary.
Yeah. Eyewitness reports came as the National Weather Service issued 126 tornado warnings yesterday in the state.
Wow, that's incredible.
I was able to see some pictures today too, being the baseball fan that I am, that the Rays stadium was a dome and it's no longer a dome.
Holy moly.
Yeah. And so I was actually having conversations with a colleague today who's also a baseball nerd, because they're building a new stadium, but it's not going to be open for a couple of years.
Oh.
And this stadium is kind of old and dilapidated. So it's like, are they going to spend money to put a new roof on a stadium that they're just going to be moving? So I don't know. It's going to be,
that's going to
I'm sure people around there whose houses are flooded could care less.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a question I had looking at the devastation. So as always, hopefully everyone is, doing the best they can out of that. And anyone who's listening to this program from that area, we hope that you are safe and sound,
absolutely,
and able to
Team Weird members that are down there, so
Yeah.
I don't
Find
think we've
some
I don't think we've heard from them today, so we're hoping they're all
yeah,
right.
safety, place to lay your head down and get some
Yeah.
food in your stomach.
Mhm.
Second story is what is the Pentagon's alleged Immaculate Constellation program?
Huh?
Independent journalist Michael Schellenberger, a whistleblower, has revealed the existence of an alleged Pentagon UFO program called Immaculate Constellation.
That's an interesting
Schellenberger
name.
was talking to News Nation's Ross Coulthart about the whistleblower report, which comes of the heels of a similar allegations from the former Air Force intelligence officer David Grush and
Mm.
former Pentagon employee Lou Elizondo.
Mhm.
According to the whistleblower, the Pentagon program collects and quarantines information on UFO sightings and encounters. The program
Okay.
allegedly includes information from different types of intelligence, including high quality image intelligence and measure and signature intelligence.
Hmm.
In one encounter, reportedly detailed by the whistleblower, a group of orbs surrounded an F 22 and forced it out of its designated patrol area.
Ooh.
In another incident, the crew on an aircraft carrier reported seeing an orange red sphere descend from a high altitude and described feeling uneasy and as if they had snapped out of a trance following the encounter.
Hmm.
Department of Defense spokesperson Sue Gall denied records of the alleged program in a statement Tuesday evening. The Department of Defense has no record, present or historical, of any type of SAP called Immaculate Constellation, she wrote. And to be honest with you, all this stuff is coming from whistleblowers that were coming from Navy and military intelligence, and I just
Yeah.
don't even know what to think about that.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
haven't we decided, kind of as a collective now that we're just not gonna believe what anything they say?
yeah, I mean,
Or take it with a grain of salt that we just
or
don't.
or or bring something to the table, right? Like you can say at this point, you can say you have biologics, you can say you've seen all this information, you can say you have because they're making a lot of big claims, but they don't. It's all word of mouth.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, nothing's going to happen until you bring documents or something that can be, looked
Mhm.
over and gone through and have people decide whether it's. I mean, I can go out there and say, I mean, I was in the army.
Mhm.
I wasn't intelligence, but I had secret clearance. So, I could
Yeah.
come say, hey, well, in 2010, while blah, blah, blah happened, I saw blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, unless I'm bringing something to the table, what good does it do?
You can't prove blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly. So, on one hand, I want to say that it's important for people to come out and share their stories.
Yes.
I think that is important, and I like that. But I don't know, something stinks. Something stinks. So I'm not.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll kind of leave it there. And then the last story for tonight: Spirit Halloween will transform from spooky to jolly. There will be
What?
10 Spirit Halloween locations across the Northeast
Oh,
states.
yeah, I saw this. Are you excited about that, Frosty? Because you are the Christmas king.
Well, yeah, it's going to happen in Northeast states.
Oh,
So we're not going to get it this year, but there will be 10 Spirit Halloween locations across
okay.
the states to remain open throughout November. These locations will evaluate whether customers come back to Spirit Halloween for Christmas decorations.
Is there what's the closest one to us? Is
These
this
stores
is
will
gonna
sell,
be worth a road trip?
yeah, these stores will sell gifts, decorations, sweaters, and everything you could need for your Christmas season,
Tacky
along with
Christmas sweaters. Yes.
photo ops with Santa Claus.
That
So
sounds pretty cool.
I had looked at another news story that had them listed. They were across like Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts.
Okay.
So
Maryland? I mean, that's not that far.
mm.
Are they gonna have one in Maryland?
I don't think so. I didn't see something like that on the list. The ones I saw were up in the Northeast, New England, New England.
Well,
So I can find a list real quick.
maybe it'll be a hit, and then next year they'll open up more closer. I mean, most likely, it's probably gonna be a bad idea anyway, because it's just more reason to spend more money. You know, it's real
Yeah,
hard
I'm
not to
looking.
spend a lot of money at the Spirit Halloween store.
Here we go. The 10 locations. It should be okay. So so the locations are Waterford, Connecticut,
Okay.
Dartmouth,
If
Massachusetts.
we go to Connecticut, we can visit Joe.
Yep.
Okay.
Brick Township, New
Massachusetts,
Jersey.
New Jersey.
Marlton, New Jersey. Mays Landing, New Jersey. Woodbridge, New Jersey.
It's a lot of New Jersey.
Albany, New York.
We can visit,
Bohemia, New
we can
York,
go
New York.
visit, Vicky.
Yeah. Um, Poughkeepsie, New York, and
Poughkeepsie.
Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh, we know somebody who lives there too.
Hmm.
So we can just go hit up the different ones and go visit
So if you
friends.
live near any of those, then get ready for your normal Spirit Halloween
What?
trip, and then a Christmas one on top of it as well.
Right, hoaxers? Why does New Jersey have to have all the fun? Why is there got to be so many in New Jersey? You can't spread the love there? Spirit Halloween Christmas store? What the heck?
Yep.
Hmm.
Which I think we're going to make our official Spirit Halloween trip tomorrow. Correct?
We are.
Yeah,
Well,
that'll be my first time in this year.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you'll be able to go. But
Oh
if you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
go tomorrow, then we'll make sure we go another time. So you can go too.
I do like the idea. Being the Christmas guy that I am,
Yeah, because
I
like the
do
Spirit
like the
Halloween
idea.
store has a lot of cool stuff. So I just I can just picture and imagine the kind of cool Christmas
Yeah,
stuff that they would get in there.
yeah.
The only
Like all the cool
problem though,
signs, like from horror movies, so you could get all kinds of cool signs, maybe from like Christmas movies.
yeah, yeah,
Like I
yeah.
would, yeah,
Like
I would
pop
spend money
culture
I shouldn't
Christmas
spend.
stuff. Exactly.
Yeah, I would
The only
definitely
problem
have
with
like,
it is like during the regular season, it's a little bit too expensive. But if you
yes,
go after the holiday, you can get some
yes,
really good deals on stuff because they usually have a lot of stuff left over.
yeah,
That's a trip every time for me when Halloween is over. We have to
yeah.
go back to the Spirit Halloween store to get the stuff. Speaking of the Spirit Halloween store, there's an employee right there. Yo, Erica. Hey,
Yeah,
yo.
yeah. How are things going at the old Spirit Halloween? Did you know, Yo Erica, that Spirit Halloween in the Northeast, mostly in New York, New Jersey, and New England, is going to be staying open as Spirit Christmas?
Yeah, that's
That's
what
a
we
new
were
thing
talking
this year.
about. Going to
And I
Spirit
imagine
Halloween after Halloween. That's the
and
best time to
they're
go.
gonna sell Christmas stuff. And I
Yeah,
guess the deal is if it works in those 10 spots this year,
they can
then
open
I
more.
imagine they'll roll that out. They'll roll that out next year, maybe in more numbers.
There you go. Yo, Erica's Spirit Halloween is the number one
Is
in
the
North
number one in North America.
America.
It's
we're,
number one
conf-
for us.
we're confusing poor hoaxers. He doesn't know what's going on.
So,
Do you have any other news for us this
that was
tonight?
the news for tonight. That was the
Okay.
news. That was the news.
So we have an issue, people.
Yeah.
Our issue is our guest is not here. This has happened before where our guest wasn't able to show up. So, but we knew ahead of time, so we planned accordingly, or we just canceled the show for the night. But tonight, we were kind of just hoping that he would pop in late. And so far, it's 8:22, and he's not here yet.
Well, we do have some information that we can put out. We got next week we're going to have James Rink on. He's going to come on to discuss super soldiers and black government programs. I
Yes.
am I'm interested in this.
Mhm.
This is something I've wanted to discuss
'Cause
pretty
we know
much since we
someone
started the show.
personally who has had this
Yeah.
experience. Yeah.
I have a close friend, Jenny and I have a close friend
Mhm.
who has had issues with in high and thinks with great likelihood that they were um had implants and stuff put in when they were in the
Mhm.
military.
We've actually seen the
Um,
X-rays of it.
yeah, we have seen
Yeah.
X-rays. So, this is something that I am interested in. So, we're looking forward to talking to James Rink next week. Then the week after that, we're gonna have Joe Cunningham on and his ghost hunting
Woo!
group, and we're gonna talk about their paranormal investigation, and maybe we can try to talk them into coming down to Lake Shawnee,
Yeah,
in the spring in the late spring there.
which I think they just went on a ghost hunting investigation this past weekend, so they should have some fun things to talk about.
Yeah. Um, then the next show will be on Halloween. On Halloween night, we are going to be live. We didn't think we were going to do that because we're going out trick or treating and all that stuff, but we're going to have a
Yes.
late show that night. We're going to start at 9 o'clock. We're going to go from 9 to 11, and we are going to be live right here on Halloween night. So if you're bored on Halloween, if you don't have any kiddos to take out, or you've taken your kiddos out and the night's winding down, you can join us for some Halloween festivities. And we are going to have Irene and Danica on that night to talk about some
Yeah.
paranormal investigations. I
Yes.
think they are going to be joining us at Lake Shawnee, so we can talk about that and
Yeah.
maybe some of the things that we want to do out there. Maybe we can get them to confirm that night.
Mhm.
And so we'll have all kinds of cool things planned for our 3-year anniversary. Halloween
Woo!
is the show's anniversary. Our first witching hours was on Halloween 3 years ago to that very night. Isn't that the Howard Garfield Halloween special?
Yeah, but it wasn't on
Yeah.
Halloween. It was close. Since we're
um,
waiting and you've been talking about Lake Shawnee, why
yeah.
don't you show the video that you made for it?
Yeah, we can do that. I want to go over the gifts real quick, and then
Okay, keep
we'll
going.
get it. And then the week after Halloween, we're going to have Tobias Whalen on. And if you are not familiar with Tobias, if you go check out season 4, one of the newer seasons, they actually have a new updated season out. But if you could check out season 4 of Unsolved Mysteries, he was one of the main people on the Mothman episode, who's
Yeah,
investigating Mothman out in Chicago. So he is going to be on the show on the
so
7th of November.
exciting.
And
Yeah.
we are going to talk about Mothman, but we can also talk about what it was like
Be on
to film
Unsolved
and be on
Mysteries.
Unsolved. Do, 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 do. I don't want to get a DMCA, so I won't sing it. But
You
yeah,
can play 20 seconds.
do, 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 do. All right. So that's going to be exciting. We got shows planned all the way into the winter. We're going to have a Christmas episode with Risa Miller
Yeah,
on
Risa
Krampus
Miller's coming
Day.
back to talk to
I
about us
mean,
about Christmas stories, Christmas
we
ghost
got
stories, and Krampus and whatnot.
we're going to have our New Year's Eve prediction show again this year. I mean, all this stuff is coming up. I don't know if you guys realize it,
With
but
I
like
think I think we're gonna have
we're
some new friends put in for their predictions this year too.
yeah, yeah. We're hitting
New
that.
and old friends.
Yeah, new and old friends. We're getting to that part of the year where when you get into Halloween season, it's just like like a slide
Yep.
right into the new year. So
Mhm.
all that stuff is right around the corner. All that stuff is right around the corner.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me see if I can find our video here. Mm, 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 mm. All right.
Dead air. Dead air.
Well, that's what you're supposed to talk for.
I was thinking, but you can't hear me think. Krampus instead of Black Pete. Here we go.
All right.
This summer, medium Jenny Lee drives her van.
Mhm.
It's the swagger wagon. Presto, you'll have eye makeup on for
Eating the bomb.
like
Yeah.
Shani. Allison! There we
That's right.
go.
So the Team Weird is going to take over Lake Shawnee Abandoned Amusement Park, and it's going to be a great time. We're going to have tickets. Tickets aren't out yet, but we'll let you know when we're ready to start getting those out. We already have a full night, like already scheduled, and there's going to be more stuff coming. We're going to have crafts for cornmeal to make offerings to the Native Americans who are there. We're going to do a gallery reading. We're going to have some channeling by the campfire. We are going to have weird news. We're going to do some live sessions on streaming on Twitch. We're going to have paranormal
Pizza,
investigations,
tacos.
pizza, tacos, and we haven't even been able to tell you all the people who are going to be there yet. So we're going to have a whole lot of really I
We
mean, it's
have
just going to be a packed night. It's
we
going to be a
have
packed day.
but we have potential people. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have some that I know will be there, but
Hmm.
I don't want to spill the beans just yet. So
Yeah.
it's going to be fun. It's going to be a whole day. It's going to be a whole night. We're going to get up there Friday so that we can sleep in Saturday morning so that we're not falling asleep during the paranormal investigation tonight. So
Yeah.
there's gonna be lots of stuff going on, and we'll give you more information the closer we get. We got a good ways to go. It's not till June, so but there's gonna be a whole
Kelly
lot
had
to
a
do.
question.
Mhm.
Is this the house where they saw native spirits outside the house and then they went outside to look and the spirits were inside all of a sudden? I don't know, because there's not really a house there.
No, yeah,
There's definitely native spirits there, but there's not really a house um on the
yeah.
property of Lake Shawnee.
There's like a pond and a lake, small lake, and then there is
There's still the swings and
a
the Ferris
Ferris
wheel.
wheel, and then there's like a bus that's there, and
Yeah.
there's some uh
There's looks like
kind
some
of like
small little
buildings, utility
buildings.
buildings.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty good setup because they have a pavilion there, and so we can kind of base ourselves in the pavilion. There's a fire pit there. We can get a nice roaring fire if we need it. It'll be June. We can roast some marshmallows and stuff
In
like
June in the
that.
mountains at the night, it'd probably
It
still
could
be
be
a
a
little
little chilly.
chilly.
It
Yeah.
could be. It just depends on
It
what
won't be as chilly as it was when we went, which it
I
was
can
like
almost. Yeah, it was really cold,
37 degrees.
and I can guarantee that it won't be August out there yet. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it might be warm, but it won't be. I don't think we're gonna have to deal with like crazy humidity, especially up in the
Yeah.
mountains. So
And then
yeah.
Shadow Spoken was saying, I hope we get a story about the Yule Cat and the story of the Yule Goat. Every year I keep the Yule Goat stream up at work and tell students about the bets of goat destruction by Christmas. That sounds awesome. Yeah, maybe we can see if Risa Miller knows the Yule Cat and Yule Goat stories.
Yeah, we talked about that on our Christmas stream last year, and I think we're going to talk with Rissa about that. And I got my first Yule goat last year, so we have our Yule goat.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
forgot we got a Yule Goat because I think we got it. Did we get it like pretty late?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we got a Yule goat. So yeah, we'll definitely go over that stuff on the Krampus Day episode.
Yes. Kelly said, "Hope you have good tobacco for the spirits." Yes, we're gonna have offerings. We're also
Mhm.
gonna make a craft to offer. And poor Yo Erica is wondering if the pond and the fire pit are really haunted too.
The fire pit is just a good fire. Well,
Yeah.
that's okay. However, supposedly the pond is haunted because there
Yeah.
were some drownings that happened in the pond.
And yes, the swagger wagon can be a safe space with protective energetic bubble
Well, last time we went, Yo Erica, I had Jenny start the night off with a protective energy session.
for everybody.
And just so everyone knows, is at a haunted place,
Mhm.
but the whole night is
No,
not necessarily based around, all scary stuff.
no.
It's a chance for all of us to be able to meet in Team Weird.
It's a
There's gonna be
place
a
for us
lot of
to get
positive
together.
energy.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
It's gonna
place for
be
us to get
fun.
together and do stuff. And there'll
It's gonna be
also be
exciting.
a small portion that's around the haunted stuff, but there's gonna be a lot
Yeah.
of other things.
Like, we're not bring this is gonna be a lot of positive energy, that's gonna be brought into this event, I can tell you. Everyone's gonna be excited. There's been so many people for 3, 4 years now who have been talking, and they finally
Yeah,
are get a chance to meet people. We're gonna have, merch package. We're gonna have a regular ticket package, and we're gonna have a merch package, that will have, like, a T-shirt and some other stuff in it, and we're doing all this for essentially no profit. Like, we're
yeah,
just
no. It's
cost
just to cover the cost.
all the money we get, we give to the people who run the park, and then they
Yep,
give all that money to a local Shawnee the local Shawnee, tribe,
yep.
and any money they keep goes to the upkeep of the park, and they actually are
Mhm.
trying to create
A
a
proper
memorial.
memorial. Yep.
Mhm.
They have a little
So
makeshift memorial right now, but they're trying to make a real one.
so, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. So that's what we got going on, and then what, you're live tomorrow night, Jenny?
Tomorrow's double stream day. I have an art
Double
stream
stream
in the
day.
morning. We're working on those little coffin boxes. We decided for some reason, once I put it away, I was like, "Why did we do this?" But we we decided to do Cookie Monster with a gothic frame around him, and I think I've decided I'm going to put as if there were spider webs on it, but the spider webs are cookies. So it'd be like little piles of cookies. And then I've decided I'm not gonna put felt in the inside of that one. I just wanna paint a one big cookie on the bottom with a bite taken out. That's what we're gonna
Mm,
do. So that's my plan. We're gonna work on that tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, yes, I will be on for reading night.
alright, so our Friday night. I got my lights changed up to
Double
Halloween colors.
stream day. Been having a
Is it
lot of
coming
double
through?
stream days. Yeah, you
We
got
both
orange back
yeah,
there.
yeah, we got some orange and orangies going on. I gotta get my, Michael Myers lights up. I had those stringed up there back there last year.
We have a lot of things we still need to put for Halloween.
Yeah,
We
we're
just
getting there.
barely scratched the surface on all that. We haven't had
Yeah.
time. Well, friends,
Um,
our guest is not here. So, I guess, Frosty, you'll have to change the titles for things. You could change
yeah,
the title on the Twitch now, but I guess you have to change the YouTube one later, right?
yeah, yeah. I can go through and
So,
change it.
we could just hang out. Let's hang out till about 9 o'clock and just chit chat.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me.
This is the Frosty Six stream now.
I do need, I'm gonna get back soon and do a, mortuary assistant stream. We'll have that coming in
Yes.
soon. I've
Yeah.
been wanting to do it. I've been wanting to stream a little bit earlier. It's just finding the time.
You also
Once the
still
school
need
year
to do the
kicks off.
drag stream,
I know, it's
which
coming.
Keisha had found some good dresses, so we just have
Yeah.
to purchase one.
Yep. It's coming. It's coming, I promise. I promise. We'll
Yeah.
do it soon.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll get it done. Let's shoot for October.
It's
Shoot for this
October.
month. I know. We'll get it done this month.
And I think for me, I think what I would like to do for my Monday streams for the rest of October and probably going further than that because I don't think I would beat it, but, I think I would like to play Little Nightmares on my Monday streams. I really wanna play that game after we looked at it last year for my subathon option. I think I would like to play Little Nightmares. So I think we're gonna be doing that on the Monday stream for the next few weeks, however
Yeah.
long it takes
Yeah,
me
I
to beat it.
remember. Yeah, Sheepy said that she had a lot of fun with it, right?
Yeah, Erica said she loves it too.
Yeah,
Luke
and that's kinda
refuses
like
to
your
do a drag
style.
stream. What?
I've never I've never gone drag before. I wore makeup on my subathon, but I used to wear, a lot of makeup when I was in bands
Yes.
a very long time ago, like tons and tons of makeup. So, wearing makeup isn't a completely foreign,
Oh,
it's actually a lot easier now because now I don't have to worry about my hair getting in my makeup.
That's true. Luke was a glam rocker back in the day. Oh, yeah, he was definitely wearing some makeup.
Yeah.
Little eyeliner,
I was
little
wearing,
eyeshadow.
like, black metal makeup,
He was wearing corpse paint,
yeah.
and I was the person who had to put it on. Everybody in the whole band.
Yeah.
I can still see all their faces as I smoothed out white paint on their face.
I don't know if anyone has seen me in corpse paint before. Um,
Big hoops, makeup, chick's pants, and big hair. I think we shared a picture of it in the Discord
probably
at one point.
probably at some point in time. Yeah. That's a long time ago now. Um
20 plus years ago.
Well, the worst thing about the corpse paint or wearing makeup is it's already, like, impossible not to sweat like crazy underneath lights on stage.
Yes.
So, wearing makeup on stage, it was good for about the first 20 minutes or 15 minutes, and then it just turned into a absolute mess.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Yeah. So
Dead air.
dead air. So we got we're gonna do some mortuary assistant. You're doing little nightmares. We kind of got some Halloween games. It kind of works out well that it's happening around the Halloween season,
Yeah.
spooky season.
Yeah, Erica has a question for us. Do you have a supernatural encounter that actually scared you?
Mm.
I think we both have the same one.
Yeah, we've had a couple.
Yeah. We lived in a house for a little while that was pretty scary, Erica. It was the house we lived in when we had our first kid, and that's where he lived for like the first few months of his life. And it was pretty scary. There was something in that house when you went when it was nighttime, the sun went down, it came out, and it like we would have to go to bed at the same time. Like one of us couldn't stay up after the other one had gone to bed. Is too much. And then if you got
typically
up,
what would happen at that point in time was I'm the night owl.
yeah.
So I typically stay up after Jenny goes to bed.
Yes.
And back then I would play like video games and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then when we lived there, when you went to bed, I would just go to bed instead of staying up late
Yeah.
because there was some really creepy energy. Okay, you
And
can
then
continue.
when we were in the bedroom, whatever it was, you couldn't see it, but you could feel it, and it was like it was standing in the door. And if you got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, you would, like, run into the bathroom and, like, run back to the bed
Mhm,
because you could just feel it. It's like it was staring at you with hatred and malice.
mhm.
It was awful. Luckily, we didn't live there very long.
Yeah, we were only there a few months, and
Yeah.
there was another experience we had at another home we lived in.
That was in Charles City, out
Yeah,
in the middle of nowhere.
mhm. It was out in the very rural.
Mhm.
Then there was another house we lived in where I wanna say it was like a shadow person, but it wasn't a shadow person because I saw them. But, they
I
would
did too. When I saw it,
their
it looked like a shadow person, though.
their head would, peek
It was a
out from
it was a
behind the
peeker.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the few things I've ever seen with my eyes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you were the one who kept telling me, like, you felt something down there, and I didn't really I was like, "Okay." And then one night we were, like, watching TV, and it just happened to like, our couch was like, we would look at the TV, and, like, directly to my right, you could see down the hallway. And
Mhm.
one night we were, like, watching TV, and I just looked down the hallway, and I saw someone, like, at ground level with their head peeking out, and then as soon as I looked at them, their head went back behind the wall. And
Mhm.
I knew I saw something,
Exactly
so
what
I
I
just figured it was the wanderer because that was his room.
Yeah, and he was like a little kid.
I went down there, went in there, and he was, like, sound asleep in bed.
And that's the exact same
Yeah,
thing that happened to me, but
yeah,
mine was in the bathroom. I was giving our daughter a bath, and I could feel what I thought was our other kid outside the door, and I said, I hear you," and I turned around, and this head, neck, and shoulders goes whoop
yeah.
behind the door, like it was on its hands and knees,
Yes, yeah, mhm,
peeking into the bathroom,
yep,
and it went boop, and I was like, "What was that?"
yeah,
So then
yep,
I got up and I looked out in the hallway and I went into the living room and my child is sitting on the couch watching TV, like he wasn't
yeah,
in the hallway.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
exactly what happened. Head, neck, and shoulders. That's a
yeah,
good, because I
peeking
saw
out.
the shoulders, the neck, and the
Boop.
head, and, like, hair. I saw kinda like hair, like, hanging
I didn't
down.
see any hair.
I saw hair hanging down.
But, Erica and everybody else, um,
Yeah.
that was one of the moments for me that got me to kind of go on this a little bit further down this path. It's like I was already starting to get on this path of, like, some of the weird woo-woo stuff, but that one was kind of in some ways, looking back on it, was like the thing that pushed it over the edge
Mhm.
because it was scaring my children. They would turn the hallway light on and run down the hall. My daughter was seeing it in her closet as something way scarier than what we were seeing it as, and I was like, "We're not doing this anymore." And I went in with all of my power, which is one of the reasons that's so let me back up for a second. I talk about this on stream a lot, and I tell students when they're taking classes this a lot that each one of us has the power within us because we're all part of source to be to stand up to to have control over a situation like that, um as long as we go into it with no fear, knowing that we have the upper hand. And that's exactly what I did. I went into that house one night. We got home late. I was pissed. I was like, "You are not going to be here anymore. You're not going to scare my kids anymore." And I went through the whole entire house and I pushed it out with my own energy. And I got a spray bottle with some water and I put salt in there, salt water, and I went around and I sprayed all around the doors, all around the windows, and I was like it was like war. I went to war with this thing. It's like, we're not doing this anymore." And then it was gone.
Yeah.
And that was like a huge empowering moment for me because I was like, "I did it. I did it. I did that. I went in there and I got rid of this thing." So that's why when weird stuff happens on stream with people's readings and there's sometimes negative things that show up, like, I'm not scared of it because I know that I can get rid of things. I have complete faith in my own abilities to get rid of stuff.
Mhm.
So that's why I ain't scared. Somebody had a story earlier. Let's read this one. Kelly said, "We have a door we took from the kitchen and put over our attic pit. And I was the only one awake in the house and up in the attic hanging up clothes. And someone knocked on said door. I thought it was my mom, but she was still sleeping. That happened today. Holy moly, Kelly."
Wow.
Mm. Knock, knock. You hanging up clothes in there, Kelly?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, we had another big one for me was when we were at your old art studio,
Oh, yeah, that place was definitely haunted.
and we were there really late one night, and it was an old, like an old department store. I don't know what
Yes,
department store it
it
was,
had been a department store at one
like
point.
in the 60s and 70s, and it had been turned into a whole bunch of independent like art studios where artists could get room to be able to paint. And they had shows up there and stuff like that. And me and you were up there really late one night. The building I think was empty, and we were heading back home, and there was an elevator, and I hated that elevator because it was just kind
It
of
would get stuck
very
sometimes.
old and rickety. Would get stuck. But you couldn't get all the way to the top floor because the top floor was like being renovated,
Yes, which I don't think
and
they
you
ever finished it.
yeah, you had to have like a key to be able
Mhm.
to turn it in the elevator to get it to take you all the way to the top floor. Other than that, the elevator wouldn't run there.
To the top floor.
And so me and Jenny are at that place, and we go over there and we hit the button to leave, and here comes the elevator coming down from the top floor.
Nobody up there. Nobody
Nobody
on the
up
top floor.
there. Nobody in the
The only way
building.
you can get to the top floor is if you have a key to
You have
turn
a
the
key to
elevator to the
turn the
top floor,
elevator.
and it came down from the top floor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So somebody took the elevator to the top floor. I don't know who.
Um, let's see.
Priestess
Hoaxer
said
said go
she
ahead.
thinks that she's I guess I'm the only one that thinks that the caboose is haunted.
At
So it
Poland
doesn't
Park,
yeah.
yeah. She said she shared a video about Poland Park and the weird news, but it only mentions the caboose train car. Well, Allison, we're going there on Sunday. So when we go, me and you together, we can go to the caboose because
Yep.
I know exactly what
Mhm.
you're talking about, and we'll figure out if there's anything in there. Hoaxer said something interesting. He said, where did it go? Used to see shadow people and sometimes they just charge at me.
Mhm. I saw
Hoaxers,
that.
that is terrifying. You don't see or experience it anymore. Thank goodness. Ooh, that's scary.
Well, let's do this because that's interesting. Seeing shadow people. How many? Just feel free to share if you don't want to share. That's fine. But just kind of looking at getting how many people have seen that are in chat, whether you're on YouTube or on Twitch. Feel free to
Why don't you
type
do a
in.
poll, Frosty?
Well, I can't do it on both because
Oh, okay.
we got so. But just curious if you've seen a shadow person, any shadow person. Uh, type a one in chat, and then we'll see. I'm just curious. Well, I can make a poll on Twitch, and then what we'll do is, if you were on YouTube, you can just put it in chat. We already got that going. Okay, we already got a bunch. So we already have Hoaxsters, Shadow Spoken, Shadow Max, Not
Oh, hey, Shadow
Getty,
Max.
Kelly. So we have already
Allison.
priestess. So almost every, I won't say almost everybody, but a lot
Hi,
of people
Luna.
have seen one.
Have you seen a shadow person, Luna? That's what we're asking. Type a one if you've seen a shadow person. Tiny Moonflower has not seen anything paranormal
Not seen anything paranormal.
and is sad about it. So Tiny Moonflower would like to experience something
Yeah,
paranormal.
yeah.
Yo, Erica says no with a donut. Yo, Erica does not want to
You,
experience
Erica?
something
Yep.
paranormal. Shadow Max is a shadow person. Okay. No, no for Luna too.
All right, we have Stephen Wilcox over on YouTube who typed a one. They've seen a
That's
shadow
Allison.
person. Oh, okay. All right. So here's another thing. I'm also curious about this because this is something that's really that I've been kind of fascinated with for a while now. How many people have seen a shadow person with red eyes?
Shadow person with red eyes. If you've seen a shadow person with red eyes, put a one in the chat. That's what our daughter would see. She would see it with red eyes and sharp teeth.
Mm,
Yeah. Shadow Max has seen one with red eyes.
okay.
Erica is
Because
really getting scared now.
that is very common.
Yes.
I've had I've had a couple of very close friends, both share with me that they would see a shadow person with red eyes at the bottom of their bed. And
Mhm.
this is a story that's told.
Nobody's gonna be able to sleep tonight, Frosty, just so you
Yeah.
know.
Well, it's spooky season. We're okay.
Oh, goodness.
And then, okay, so we had one for the red eyes, which I expected more. So that's good.
Mhm.
That's good news, everybody. That's good news.
When me and Irene met each other in person at the Hanover Paracon,
Mhm.
we were making fun of the red-eyed, shadow people, and we were
Mhm.
saying that I was like, "Well, you know, red isn't always something scary. Red is also a symbolic of love.
Yeah, it is.
So what if it's really just like, I just want to love you?" And then we
And
started laughing so hard we were
yeah.
crying.
Well, Priestess just hit on what the next one I was gonna do. Who has seen a shadow person that was wearing
Hat
any
man.
kind of hat?
You ever
Any
seen a
kind of
shadow
hat?
person with a hat on?
The Hat Man.
Let's see. We have some comments here about stuff. Hoser said, "Nope,
Go
just a
ahead.
shadow, nothing more for me." Not and Getty said, "No features, just a silhouette." Shadow Spoken said, "I've had a shadow cat follow me around too at someone else's house and freaked them out to see it sleeping on me one night because they never owned a cat." Shadow Max's experience was a pulsing aura of sharp black spikes with red eyes and the hat. It had the red eyes and the hat.
Okay.
Holy
Yep.
moly.
The Hat Man.
Whoa. Kelly posted some pictures and the weird discussion of the attic door if anybody would like to see it. Poor Erica can't even go fill her water now. She's gonna get dehydrated.
See what happens.
Luke,
She's able to come in for a live
Luke,
witching hours, and we just
Luke, I need water.
um, it's really interesting. Oh, Luke
Luke
isn't
isn't
home. Oh
home.
no. Oh no.
Kelly said my shadow person is just a guy living in an attic that I kicked out. There you
Yeah,
go, Kelly. See, you can kick
there
him
you go.
out.
And then I've heard, we've heard a lot of stories about the fact that the shadow people, because I just always assumed that the shadow people were kind of all the same thing. But there's a lot of speculation that the Hat Man isn't the same as shadow people. And
Yeah.
that shadow people aren't the same necessarily the same ones that have the red eyes.
Yeah.
So they can all kind of be broken down into different kind of subgroups. So
Um,
yeah.
ooh, Shadow Max, thanks for gifting Kelly a sub. You're awesome. Shadow Max is always gifting something to somebody. Kelly wants to know if anybody's actually touched a shadow person, and Kelly
Mm.
responded with a one. Kelly, what was that like, touching a shadow person? Shadow Spoken said, Erica needs a mini fridge under her desk for spooky emergencies.
Now, another interesting about this is that Art Bell saw a shadow person.
It freaked him out, man. Listen
Yeah.
to him talk about his shadow person. Luna wants to know, what is a shadow person? A shadow person is basically like you're seeing the figure of a person, like the shape of a person, but it's only a shadow. There's no features, there's no details. It's like seeing the silhouette of someone.
Mhm.
That's what a shadow person is.
And, for his shadow person story, he seemed to speculate that he thought it might have been brought on by the fact that he was researching shadow people because he was gonna have a guest on to talk about it.
Yes. And it just
He
happened
was
to be one
having
that
a
popped up.
guest on Coast to Coast to talk about shadow people, and he was on his computer, and he something came off this corner of his eye, and he looked over there, and he saw a shadow person, like, dart across the room and then try to hide in a corner, and he
Yeah.
sat there and watched it as it tried to hide from him in the corner.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've figured out a lot of things, had a lot of experiences with a lot of things, but I don't know what a shadow person is. I really don't have a clue.
Yeah. Well, there are some good shows to listen to. There's a good Coast to Coast. with a Native American medicine man. I'm trying to remember his name. I want to say it's something Thunder.
Mhm.
Rolling Thunder might be his name,
Sounds like a
and
good name.
he goes into well, I mean, shoot, we got time. Art Bell, Shadow People. It's usually the first one. He had lots of shows about it. Um, David Weatherly was one. Native American. Do 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 do.
Kiki's here. Kiki, how are you? Did you survive the hurricane okay?
Thunder Strikes. Thunder Strikes was
Thunder
his name.
strikes.
And he talks about the shadow people that in from Native American culture and religion that kind of fit in, that kind of follow the same things. So
Yeah. We have some more stories here. Let's see. Shadow Spoken said, growing up, I used to always have a shadow person in my dreams, just at the edge of it. And I swear it's the reason why I rarely ever had nightmares growing up. They pretty much boot me out of the scary dreams. Oh, it sounds like you have a good shadow person then.
yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I've heard that not all shadow people are bad. There's people out there that think the shadow people are possibly extra dimensional,
Mm-hmm.
that they're not ghosts. Um, a matter of fact, the one that Art Bell talked about, he said it freaked him out, but he said that it was trying to hide from him. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Luna. So Luna said, got it. Did your intentions or your fear-based thoughts let you see the shadow people, or it's purely about being clairvoyant? I think a lot of people that have nothing to do with spirituality or paranormal or supernatural stuff have experiences with shadow people. So it seems like it's just a general experience that lots and lots of different people have. So, and I don't know if it always has to be based around fear. I kind of feel like the one that we had in our house was
I don't
okay
think that was
because
a shadow person because I saw them.
well, I don't know what it was, but
Yeah.
we have an interesting situation about that house because we lived in that house. We moved to Texas. We came back and lived in the same house again. So when
Mhm.
we lived in the house the first time,
There was nothing
there was
there.
nothing like that in there, but somebody lived in that house while we were gone, and the neighbors said that they were, like, doing bad things, that they thought they were selling drugs, they were always having, like, crazy parties, and people were in and out. So if the people that had lived there were doing bad
Mhm.
things and they were negative people, they might have called in something negative. But I
Yeah,
don't know about everybody else's shadow people experiences, that was just ours.
because we lived there for like 3 or 4 years before that was before I joined the army,
Yeah.
and
And we lived
we
there
had
for
no
another
problems
3
there.
or 4 years.
We never had any problems there
No.
whatsoever, not even a smidgen. And then when we moved back and we found that place to be open again, it was like, "Great." And then all of a sudden there was, some issues with it, yeah. So somebody brought in some negative energy that wasn't there before.
Yeah, that something changed.
Yeah.
I think looks like we have some more stories. I wanted to say, so Kiki's one of our Florida friends. She said that she's alive. They don't have any power, but
Oh,
it weakened
mhm.
before it hit, which we were
Yes.
talking about in our news
Mhm.
today. So overall, for her, minimal damage. That is absolutely wonderful. I'm
Yes.
so glad to hear
So
that.
glad you are safe. So glad.
Yes.
And that's what I was saying. It's never good. I mean, we're East Coasters. We're not in Florida, but we've ridden out our fair share of really
We've been
bad
through a lot of
storms.
hurricanes and
And
tornadoes.
so it's never good to go through it and the power outages and stuff,
Yeah.
but it can be so much worse. And like I said, no one wants to get hit by a category 3, but the fact that it wasn't a category 5 seems to be
Yes. It's
a
a huge
blessing for all
difference.
the people living down there in Florida for
Huge
sure.
difference. So
Yeah.
Kelly's response to touching a shadow person. I have psychosis, so this could have been just that. But I was in the attic at night walking in the dark, talking to myself, totally Delulu, and then a shadowy hand touched the back of my head. I could feel this tingly, fiery cold feeling in my brain, like putting my arm to sleep. Wow,
And you felt a bit better. Hmm.
that's interesting. Hmm. Fiery cold and tingly. Weird, weird stuff, Kelly. Tiny
So,
Moonflower also has shadow cats and dreams, but they're not nice.
mm,
Hoaxers wants to know if anybody's had experience stuff disappearing or appearing or being moved. One for him. Things moving, appearing or disappearing.
mhm.
Shadow Spoken said, I always thought that too. Shadow people are more of the dimensional shadows of others.
Um, you're in Kiki's in Clearwater for reference. Yeah, I bet it was scary. And even though we're kind of inland, like I said, we can get some bad storms here. But I mean, just an example of that is Asheville and what happened out in the mountains of North Carolina.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
is it
Horrific.
me? I've been asking this question. I seem to remember a lot of tropical storms, including most hurricanes, kind of hitting Florida, riding up the East Coast.
Mhm.
It seems like, and I could be completely wrong about this, but it seems like there's a lot more hurricanes that are kind of hitting the Gulf and kind of going up into the middle of the country. I just from memory, it seems like typically the coast used to be the more likely place to get hurricanes, but I guess things have changed a little bit with the weather, and evidently the Caribbean is just super hot right now.
Yeah.
There's
So
another one next week that's
they're
supposed to hit Thursday.
changing.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's possibly a category 2 or 3 that's gonna hit Florida
Yikes.
next Thursday, so
Dang.
it's not
Kiki
over
said
yet.
Kiki said this is an interesting topic. I've seen shadow people, shadow figures in a mirror. Yeah, that would definitely be the same thing for sure.
Mm,
Luna said, so shadow people are neutral in nature and originating by different intentions or energies. Nobody knows, Luna.
yeah,
Nobody knows. It seems like some are neutral. Seems like some are doing good things, and it seems like some are trying to be scary.
and I've heard that they're also a common belief is that they're trying to they feed off people's fear. The
Which
ones
that's
with the
any
red
negative
eyes.
thing. Yeah.
The ones with the red eyes that
Any
they put
negative
at the
thing
bed,
does that.
yeah. Mhm.
Hoaxers has stuff disappear and reappear.
Mm.
And Kelly had a whole bunch of Pokemon stuff disappear, even though you had a special place for them and no one in the house touched them. That's weird. Let's see.
I've
Keisha
had
said
lots of stuff disappear, but,
we just
that's
lose
just
it.
because I'm
Allison asked in Discord, how long is Lake Shawnee available for? Can we come Friday to camp? We cannot camp there on Friday. We can only get there at 2 o'clock on Saturday, and we can stay the whole night into the next day.
Yeah.
And we can kind of leave whenever we want to on Sunday. So Frosty and I, you want to explain what we were
Mhm.
going to do?
So the game plan for Ginny and I, as we're playing this stuff out, so bear with us. We're gonna drive up on Friday and get, up there Friday evening and get a hotel in Princeton, which is, I don't know, maybe not even 20 minutes away.
Yeah,
It's
it's
pretty
like the
close.
closest decent sized place. Yeah.
And they have hotels there, and so we were gonna get a hotel room Friday night, and then we were thinking, it wouldn't be VIP, it's just, we were thinking about doing a dinner the night before where anyone who did come up early, we could go to a
Mhm.
steakhouse or
You just hang
somewhere and
out.
just have a dinner and hang out with anybody who could come up early,
Mhm.
because we wanna sleep in the next day a little bit instead of having to drive all morning, so that we can stay up a little bit later on Saturday night. So we're not, all right, guys, it's time to do the investigation. And then
I'm
Jenny's over there like,
like,
so if anybody wants to come up on Friday to be able to get some extra Z's and be able to hang out and have some dinner or something the night before, we are down for that. And then
yes.
we will meet at Lake Shawnee at 2 o'clock. We'll get a tour from the owner, Chris. And then after that, the park is open to whoever until 6 o'clock. And then at 6
Yep.
o'clock, everyone
It's
except for our
just for
group, Team
us.
Weird, has to leave, and then Team Weird gets to park from 6 until the next morning.
Yeah.
And then we are going to have a bunch of stuff planned, so much stuff planned, the best stuff. It's going to be the best stuff that's planned.
All right,
It's going to be
Trump.
great stuff. And
Gonna be
then
huge. Gonna be
it's going
huge.
to be the best stuff. And then Sunday morning, when we wake up, or when you're ready to go to sleep, or whatever you happen to do Saturday night in the park, as you run away from all the ghosts that have been chasing you through the night,
Don't say that.
we will find.
We're trying to get you, Erica, to come. Will
I
you stop
know. I'm just kidding. It wasn't. It wasn't that we were there. It was fine. All right.
it? It was
Then we're
fine.
gonna meet at Tudor's Biscuit World the
What a
next
biscuit
morning, which
world
is
just for Keisha.
requested by Keisha. We're gonna have a breakfast biscuit, and then we can all be off on our way.
Yep.
For some of you, that might mean work Monday. That'll be June, so that means for me, I'll just be starting my summer vacation.
Yeah.
It's also right after my birthday.
Yeah. It's like
We're
Frost's
going on
birthday time.
June 7th, and my birthday is June 5th, so we can have a little. It'll be a birthday bash for me as well.
Lou said somebody dug up a burial ground in Tampa in the spirit.
Yeah, what's up with
What the
that?
hell?
I hadn't heard
I
anything
didn't
about
hear
that. I had not heard that.
Tiny Moonflower said, I had a dream where there was a tall, malnourished, mummified type humanoid creature with a lot of orange yellow eyes and long claws for hands, and it reached through my bathroom all with a black shadow, like melasma. That's pretty scary, Tiny Moonflower. That could be a horror movie.
Yeah.
Kelly said, I also had a perfect pebble. I put a lot of sigil on and stored it in a special box. And when I went to touch it up, it was gone.
Wow.
What? Shadow Spoken said, I feel like seasons have been shifting the last few years too. They're not in the normal months, so it makes sense that the poles are shifting to slowly adjust the seasons and weather patterns. I agree.
I would agree with that, Shadow Spoken. For Virginia, where we're at, I feel like the seasons have shifted back. Like it stays colder later into the year, but it takes longer for it to cool down.
It takes longer for it to cool down. Yep.
Our summers have been
anyway.
Our summers have been wetter,
Mhm.
and our winters have been drier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kiki
And that's been quite a few years now.
So we don't know what shadow people are? They aren't like spirits? I don't know what they are, Kiki. They seem to be something different. Something different.
Yeah.
So we all just get rooms in Princeton. We could, if you want to come on Friday, for sure. Kelly said, the shadow people can be both extra dimensional creatures or from other dimensions, or negative spirits with red eyes and teeth. First are more like scared fae. Interesting. We could try to get a block of rooms. Yep.
Yeah. So I haven't even talked about this, but we had a backup plan, which I think might end up being already. I mean, like we're already way ahead of the ball game here with June. Like we got to slow our roll a little bit, but we might already have the next one planned, which could possibly be at the Lord Baltimore Hotel
in Maryland.
In Maryland, and we can get roommates for that. So if we want to, as we move forward and we're getting ready to get tickets on sale and people are getting ready and we're getting ready to get tickets sold, if we have people who want to be up there on Friday and do a hotel rate, we can definitely call one of the more reputable hotels in the area and get a see if we can get a block of rooms for our event.
Yeah. Allison said she would look into that.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Cool. Yeah, that'd be great. And then we could just kind of have like a little meet up and dinner on Friday night. And, why not? There's also been talk for people who are coming in from out of town. So, if you can get into the airport, which is in Charleston, West Virginia, it's about what, 40 minutes away? Is that what we saw? An hour and 40 minutes?
I think it was an hour and 40 minutes. From Charleston.
If you guys are getting in Friday night or Friday afternoon, that would be what I would shoot for, and we can figure out a way, whether people are driving and all that stuff. We will find a way to be able to do a shuttle. We're gonna have a minivan, so we
Swagger wagon.
Figure something out if you can make it that far. And then we have people already talking about carpooling and all that. So we'll make it work.
Allison said she'd open her room up to slumber party.
There we go. Oh
And
man, that
and
could be.
Allison also, me and Frosty were talking, since you would have to drive through here anyway, if you wanted to ride with us,
I talked to her
okay,
yesterday about it, and she said
yeah.
it's actually quicker to go from Raleigh and not to go to Richmond.
Oh, okay, never mind.
There's another
There's a
route.
different way to go.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. Let's see. Kiki said about the burial ground. There's a legend about Tampa Bay and the Indian burial ground protecting the land from hurricanes, but it's a controversial topic. I've never heard of that before. We might have to look into that.
That's interesting though, because that's what we have here with the Conjurer's Neck, Native American. The myth is that we know there were Native Americans who lived here thousands of years ago. The myth from the settlers here was that there was uh, a, a conjurer who lived here who kept like the evil water spirits at bay,
Mhm.
um, which you had your own thoughts on when we investigated there, Jenny.
Yes.
But that sounds maybe like that could be something familiar, kind of similar,
Yeah,
maybe
maybe.
to a certain degree. Yeah. When the swagger wagon is a rockin'.
Let's see. Shadow Max had more information on shadow people. Shadow people are often described as dark humanoid figures that appear in the peripheral vision and low light conditions. They're typically seen as shadowy, indistinct forms that can seem to be made of darkness itself. Yes, that's a perfect explanation of a shadow person. Yep. Kiki doesn't see the shadow people in the mirror anymore, just when you were younger. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Shadow
So
Max added some pics to the Discord. There's a lot of stuff that got added to the Discord
yeah,
tonight, so check out all the cool stuff that got added to Discord. I know I'm gonna check it out after we get off the
yeah.
stream.
I'm gonna create a page on the Witching Hours podcast for all the stuff for the Team Weird Takeover 2. So it'll be like another place for people to get information. Right now, we're just kind of getting everything straightened out. We don't want to put tickets on sale until we like have everything
Yes.
kind of planned. But we wanted to let everybody have a head start on knowing that it was going to happen, so
Mhm.
that people could get prepared. I know for me, I need a lot of planning and save up the money and stuff like that for things. So we just wanted to put that out there. But there's going to be a lot of stuff we're going to be doing, and more stuff is going to come out, and hopefully we can. It'll be a thing. So we're looking forward to it.
I think you should
Like,
change the title to this show to Team Weird Talks About Shadow People and Things. And stuff. Shadow people and stuff. Because that's what we did tonight. We talked about shadow people a lot. It's a lot of shadow people talk.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
a lot of shadow people stuff tonight.
Hey, Joe. You did miss our guest didn't show up, so we ended up talking about shadow people. Joe, have you had a shadow people experience? And what's your thoughts about what shadow people are? And speaking of Joe Cunningham, Joe is going to be on the Witching Hours just in a couple of weeks
Yeah,
with his paranormal pals.
the week before Halloween, so we got the spooky coming in.
You had dreams about invisible people, Kelly? That's interesting. No, I have not had that. Yes, and then, Joe, we also talked about coming to Connecticut so we can go to the Spirit Christmas store, and then we were gonna come hang out with you. 'Cause they're not putting any
Yeah.
Spirit Christmas stores in Virginia.
Yep. 10 Spirit Christmas stores. So we're hoping for more next year.
So Joe has
Seem yeah.
had shadow people, but just out of peripheral. Some more like energy blobs than anything. Luna, we don't know what happened to the guest. Did you ever hear anything, Frosty, from
Nope,
Raphael?
not today.
Hopefully we can reschedule him because he was going to be a very interesting
Mhm.
conversation. We were talking about having a watch party for his documentary that's on Amazon Prime. So maybe
We
we'll
could
do
do that
that
before he comes on
before
again.
he comes on
Mhm.
again, and people that watch it with us will have some great questions for him.
Yeah. So yeah, ET contactee abduction has worked on a documentary called "Calling All Hybrids." A
Mhm.
rapper who, once he had of experiences, kind of changed the topic of his raps into things about extraterrestrials and the messages that are coming from that. So really interesting guest, and we'll reschedule and we'll
Yeah.
have him back. So
Maybe there was something that happened right when it was time to get going.
stuff does happen. I'll tell you,
Or,
when you do a show every
maybe
week.
there was a miscommunication about what day it was or something. I mean, stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
Yep, he was a gangster rapper, and then
Yep.
he decided, to switch up what he was singing about after his
Mhm.
experiences.
I can actually so just because I had his bio here. So he's a podcaster, experiencer of extraterrestrial and paranormal phenomena. Since the age of 5, he has been visited by various non-human entities, including the Greys, tall Greys, insectoid mantis beings, which I really wanted to talk about because Jenny's talked about them some. And hybrid children. These encounters have inspired him to transition from gangster rap to what he calls high vibrational, multi-dimensional hip hop, using his music to spread messages of peace, love, and positivity. He's dedicated to educating the masses about his contact with the Star family and his music, and a documentary on Amazon Prime Video called Calling All Hybrids, which aims to enlighten and connect people, share the truth about our cosmic kin. So we will be in contact. We'll have him rescheduled,
Yeah,
and we'll do
we'll
this. We'll
get him
try
back.
again another night.
Yeah.
Yep. And it all worked
Hoaxers
out positively because we got to have some good conversations tonight.
Hoaxers heard a door open. It might have been Frosty's squeaky microphone arm, or there is another person that lives in our house with a door right behind where Frosty is that is a little
Mhm.
squeaky, so it's either one of those things.
Is my mouse arm squeaky?
It was earlier, yeah, I heard it squeak. When you pulled it that way, it went.
Okay. A little bit. It's not too bad.
So it wasn't a shadow person, Hoaxers, just so you know. It wasn't anybody coming to steal our Pokemon stash or move your keys around or
No.
anything. It's
Mm-mm.
just actual
No.
a person or the squeaky microphone.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Well,
Yep.
I think it might be about that time for us to wrap it up. I'm sorry that our guest didn't show up, but it's really fun to have these kinds of nights with our community to just be able to talk about whatever we want to talk about and to spend time with each other and get to converse. So I was very glad that everyone was here. And we got to have a really fun conversation, even if we scared the bejesus out of you, Erica, and she's probably never going to come hang out with us again.
I know. We're like trying to make sure that we use all the right language so that we can get
I
the
know.
great Yo Erica out
We want her to come to Lake Shawnee, and
visit.
then we spent the whole night talking about shadow people. She's never even going to talk to us again. Hoaxers is like, please keep talking to us. Shadow Max wants to share one more fact about shadow people. Theory suggests they might be the shadows or essences of people who are having out of body experiences,
There we go.
which would kind of explain why they don't want you to see them. Because if it's
Yeah.
like someone,
Peeking.
it's like,
Mhm.
they saw me.
Yeah. Oh, why? Yeah.
Yeah,
Why can they see me?
yeah,
All right. I know. Before we head out, Keisha Mama, thank you for all the subs tonight.
yes.
Appreciate it.
And Shadow Max gifted a sub
Thank
too.
you. Yeah, and thank you, Hoaxers, for the resub.
I
Thank
think
you,
Keisha also
Shadow
gave us
Max.
some bits.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. And I guess that'll be it for us tonight. For everyone who's listening later, thank you for listening on the podcast, and for all you guys, let's go find someone to raid out to.
Keisha said Sheepy's playing Spooky Game, Geek and Goddesses on Tarot, Scruff and Rhea Panners are playing Dead by Daylight. I've also got the Mystic Village, Strange Moon Lilith, one of Luke's friends, Chill Will. Well, I don't know if he's friends with Luke's, but he's friends. He's one of the DJ guys. Chill Will Hull, Blue Light Oracle's doing tarot. Weird Paul is on, and Kit's Chaos. And then I'm following. Does anybody know who this is? I'm following someone named Quill of Quality, I think they were someone and they changed their name, but I don't know who it is anymore. And I haven't had a chance to look at them. So those are all the people that we have on. Carolyn McFox is doing tarot. I didn't even know she streams. What? I have to go follow Carolyn McFox. Our dog's whining. I can hear her.
Yep.
Time to take the dog out.
All right, we're going to go raid Carolyn McFox and say, hey, thank you again, everybody. We'll talk to you. I'll see most of you tomorrow night. Take care. And
double stream day tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.